For Hype Plus News, I'm Bevan. An iconic night unfolded as Michael B. Jordan became only the 7th Black recipient to win the Best Actor award at the Oscars this Sunday, a milestone that carried pride, validation, and a sense of shared victory across his peers and community. But even as the moment called for celebration, the conversation would shift, with attention turning toward nominee Teyana Taylor, where critiques of her presence quickly took on more of an insidious tone, including being labeled Ghetto and accusing her of doing too much, exposing the racial undercurrent beneath the backlash. For some, that underlying bias quickly found a louder platform online, and the scrutiny didn't stop at perception alone. In the aftermath of the 98th Academy Awards, viewers pushed back against Taylor, labeling her as annoying, and began dissecting her moments during the night, starting with a viral clip that for some online users appeared to show Leonardo DiCaprio looking irritated, seated beside her as she danced in her seat. Adding to the discourse, another clip captured Taylor playfully putting producer Paul Thomas Anderson in a headlock following his Best Picture win for one battle after another.
The Oscar goes to One Battle After Another.
Oscars tonight for casting, actor in a supporting role, adapted screenplay, film editing, directing, and Best Picture.
Taylor would later explain on the red carpet that it was an inside joke between them, saying he already knew the headlock was coming. Now, as the night would come to an end, a separate moment would also begin circulating, in which Taylor would end up being shoved by Oscars security. The moment occurred after she tried to get onto the Dolby Theater stage with Warner Brothers co-head Pamela Abdi to take a group photo, an incident she described as unprovoked and disrespectful.
You're a man putting your hands on a female. Go backstage. Because he's putting his hands on a female. What are you doing? He literally shoved me. You just said us in the stage. Shove us for what? Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. But you shove me. That's a different story. You can say no and break. You can shove me. Do not touch me. Do not shove me.
The Academy Awards would immediately apologize for the incident, stating, "We were extremely upset to learn about the experience endured by Teyana Taylor at the end of the Oscars ceremony last night. We have worked with Teyana over the last several months during awards season, and she has been nothing short of remarkable, supportive, kind, and all about community." Public reaction to Teyana Taylor's presence at the 98th Academy Awards have been notably mixed, particularly across social media sites like X. Some viewers criticized her behavior throughout the night, describing her as too much or annoying, while others pointed to specific moments, such as her interactions during the ceremony, as inappropriate. One user would say, "I love Teyana Taylor, but she was doing a little too much the whole night. She also grabbed the Oscar when it was supposed to go to the producer." In some cases, the criticism escalated into more racially charged language, as this user would say, "Award for the most ghetto woman at the Oscars goes to Teyana Taylor." At the same time, a significant number of users expressed support for Taylor, defending her demeanor as expressive and celebratory. Taylor herself on Monday would take time to begin pushing back to some of the criticism she would receive, especially when it came to her reacting to losing out on the Best Actress in a Supporting Role award. In a series of posts on X, she would first write, "The world holds so much misery that miserable hearts forget the face of happiness. They grow comfortable being sore losers, so when they see real sportsmanship, it unsettles them, like holy water touching a demon. Because clapping for someone else's victory requires something many people never learned: how to win with grace and pure joy, and how to lose with grace, chin up, and dignity." And then followed up with a retweet of someone defending her celebratory mood during the night. People really watched Teyana Taylor enjoy herself all throughout award season and decided that was embarrassing? I'm sorry, she didn't sit there looking miserable. This range of responses highlights the broader public divide in how Taylor's actions were perceived during the ceremony. Man, what should have been a defining moment of pride, Michael B. Jordan becoming the 7th Black recipient to win the Best Actor award in 98 years, quickly became layered in a different conversation, a different type. Because while history was being made on that stage, much of the attention shifted elsewhere, onto Teyana Taylor. And in my opinion, the attention was on her by design. There may have been moments I didn't like personally or agree with, the headlock or even grabbing the award in a way that some felt crossed the line. All that it's open for discussion. But what I'm not going to do is use language like ghetto or any racially charged term to describe a Black woman. No. That's what matters. Because this taps directly into respectability politics, the long-standing expectation that Black people, especially Black women, must shrink, soften, and sanitize themselves to be deemed acceptable, especially in predominantly white spaces. We've seen this pattern before. Vice President Kamala Harris has been scrutinized for how she speaks, how she laughs, how she shows up. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has been labeled aggressive for simply being direct. Man, it's not just about behavior. It's all about who's allowed range and who is immediately policed for stepping outside of that. So, when Teyana Taylor is criticized, not just for what she did, but how she existed in that space, the bigger question becomes, why is expression from Black women so often treated as something that needs to be controlled? Or, do you feel that this was not the right place for some of Taylor's reactions? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. And if you want to check out some of my favorite things I like to wear during the show and outside of the show, check out the Hype Market on Amazon. Visit amazon.com/shop/HypePlusTV. For Hype Plus News, I'm Bevan.
It's so cold out, I wouldn't be mad if ICE deported me. I'm from Fresno, but I hear great things about Cuba this time of year.
All right, we're ready to roll.
All right, let's go. My dad named me after his enemy. He got jumped at an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
I said, what happened? He said, they thought they was trying to jump me. I beat their ass. Then I took his name and gave it to you.
He was a victim of circumstance.
True story. Now I have a little burden of my own. It's a beautiful burden. Man, it's a trip. I went from nightclubs to daycares, from popping bottles to making bottles. My style it's always changing, man. I always wanted to wear the experience of the crowd. If you see me 6 months ago and you see me now, my favorite compliment is, oh man, last time you were funny, but now it's a whole nother level. If I could get that as I go through comedy until I stop doing it, then that's my gauge. To me, life is a big production, and it's just my time to put on the greatest show.
You know the beloved, what can I say?